Hey guys, it is September 9th. I marked the 10th up to the 10th by accident, but it's the 9th, it's Friday. So today I want to share with you a couple things I've done, and we're going to make a tag. And what I've done so far, off camera yesterday, I wasn't feeling so great, so I just sat in here and I played with my tags and made a few for kind of fall Halloweenish type tags. Sort of. They're not all that way, but they're kind of that way. Anyway, the first one is this pumpkin, and his nose has the word really on it with a question mark with a little spider dropping down from what is a web here, but it's hard to tell because I also have some white paint underneath here that the web kind of mixes in with, so you really can't see the web too well, but it is there. And if you're holding it like this, I can see the little web. Anyway, he's called Really. And then this one here is just, I don't know, I kind of was going to do some black rose type flowers, kind of keep it kind of gothic, but I don't think I have gothic bones in my body, so I didn't accomplish that goal, but I did create this and I love it. I think it's pretty, and I just call it Welcome Fall because I really didn't give it a name, and I wrote something on here, but I don't remember what I wrote, or I'd tell you what I wrote. So it's just called Welcome Fall. And this one, I was playing around with a magazine that comes to us called Departure. And so I was playing through the magazine, looking around, and I just saw some images that I liked. And this little guy here, this body belongs with this head. It really belongs here. But he was in the magazine later on a big body. I saved the body, but I don't have him local handy right now. So I cut his head off and put it on the little body, and he's holding his own head. And then there's this girl walking with an elephant dress, and an elephant skirt is what it's called. A designer designed it. So I just cut her out, and I didn't do a good job on the boots, but you can't see them very well because I am not a fussy cutter. If you know me at all, you know I'm not a fussy cutter. And as I was flipping through, I saw this sentence that said, "Let's not complicate things." And I thought, well, that just suits this tag so well. You know, carrying his own head, walking on an elephant, with this big old hat, and there's this castle thing going on behind him. I thought it's perfect. So that's just playing around. I don't do a lot of collage like that, but it's something I might try a little bit later. It's just kind of dabbling in it here, and it was fun. And the next one is, it's called Bat, as you can see. And on the cave, I wrote some things, and on the bat, I wrote some things. And on the cave, I didn't write what I wrote on the back, and I'll never remember it verbatim, and I won't remember it after this video. But I think I wrote, "Come on by the bat cave later on, and we'll have a bite." And then up here it says, "I promise I won't bite you," or something like that. I don't remember now. But anyway, I thought it was kind of cute. And I'm just going to call the tag, "I promise I won't bite Bat." So there's the little bat in his bat cave. And this one, it's called The Perfect Makeover. I don't even know what she is. I just was playing around with a goofy girl, so that's what the name of the tag is, Perfect Makeover. So today what I'm going to do is I have all these leftover pieces of paper from working on, what was I working on? The box series that I just put up a video of a few days ago. And here, this is part of it. And then I have some of these little fibers left over from the ribbons that I put on the tags. So I'm going to use the leftover paper and the ribbons on this tag, and we're going to create something. Oh, and the word watch. The word watch is left over from this because I was going to use it on something else and I didn't. So we're just going to use this on here and create a tag today. But first, of course, my phone just buzzed, so I'm going to go check and see what the phone's about in case it's important. And then I'll be back with you guys. Okay, so anyway, I lose track of what I've told you when the phone goes off. I know I told you we're going to do tags. I know I showed you this. Not tags, a tag. I've marked my calendar for the day. I told you the date. showed you the scraps. I think we're good. Okay, we're caught up. So let's get started on this tag. I was going to try not to do this in fast forward motion, so if I talk too much, I have to do it in fast forward, but let's just use this paper. All right, let's start with the papers here that I've got. Let's put these little fibers to the side. I do want to use them. And let's put this little guy kind of off to the side. He's going to get used, but I have a plan that I want to use him for. A place I want to put him on here. Because I kind of thought of this before I started the tag. Usually I just start laying down papers, but today I kind of know where I want to put him. At least that piece. I'm going to put it down with matte medium, I think, first. Seems to work easier for me. And let's get a brush. All right, let's turn this around the way it goes so I pick it up properly. Let's start up here. The updates on Bailey. I was going to give you an update on Bailey while I did this. The last we left off, I had taken her to the vet and they wanted to keep her for surgery, another surgery. And then while I was filming with you guys, they called and said she'd come out of surgery just fine. So I was relieved about that. And then I haven't talked to you since. She had a checkup on, let's see, what's today, Friday? She had a checkup on Wednesday at 4:40 in the afternoon. And no, she had surgery, then she had a checkup on Monday, and her eye was just not healing properly. Well, it was healing properly, it was just healing very slowly. So we had to continue with the eye drops, and hang on, let me think. And what they had done was they had taken her blood, I think I told you this, and they made some serum with her own blood that we put in her eye, which aids in the healing. And so we were to continue doing that, but it had healed some. So he was happy, he was pleased with what he saw, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough to say, yeah, she's done, she's good. So we had to take her back on Wednesday, which was this past Wednesday. And he said she looked really good. The eye looked good. So I was very, very thankful for that. And then the stitch in her eye still needs to come out, but he was hesitant, the doctor was hesitant to take it out too soon. He said under normal circumstances he might have gone ahead and taken it out while we were there, but because her eye was healing so slowly, he just wanted to give it every opportunity to make sure that everything was fine. So he wants to leave the stitch in, and it's under her eyelid. He wants to leave the stitch in until Monday. So she goes back Monday morning at 9 a.m. to have the stitch removed. And then after that, we should be good. And I won't have to play warden anymore and guard her 100% of the time. I've been so glued to that dog because I didn't want her scratching her eyes, and that collar thing that they want you to put on that supposedly, you know, protects them and everything is great if you need it, but I'm home a lot. So, and when she's ill or a dog is ill, I'm home all the time because I stay with them. And not everybody can do that, so that's when the collars come in handy, I'm sure. But what I did was stayed with her all the time, and so we made sure that she didn't scratch her eyes or anything with her paw. So, and she did real good anyway. She really didn't want to mess with it a lot. She seemed to be, I don't know, just good. She was good with it. I don't know if I want this on yet. Let's see. I'm gonna take that off. And let's put the bird down first. Anyway, so that was good news. I was very happy to hear that. So, that's it for Bailey. She's laying over here behind me. I think I want that moved up just a little bit, like up there. And I want this right here. Okay, I think that'll work. Other than that, there has been some work being done on the house, which is good. The glass block window is being put in. They worked on it yesterday and they're on it today. So by the end of today, hopefully, oops, that's not needed. It'll be done. The glass block will be in, and then the rest of the bathroom, the tile and all, can get back on schedule, or get back on a schedule. It's way off schedule due to various things, but at least we can get started on it again. And that's good. So that's pretty much all the updates. I really wanted to use this because I said I was going to use all my scraps. So I'm going to stay true to my word. I'm going to use it. Stick it up here somewhere. Put that there. Nope. This over here. It's upside down, but that's okay. And little feet. We don't want them to be feet. We don't want them to be thought of as feet, so we're just going to stick it like that. Okay. I don't know how this is going to turn out. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this and cut off the edges where it's overlapped on the back. And then I'm probably going to take my deco page and I'm going to seal the top because I want to use my crayons today, my oil pastels. And so I want a slick surface, and the matte medium doesn't give it as slick a surface as I'd like. Although the matte medium is good for putting down papers and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be right back. Before I seal this, I wanted to tell you one more thing I want to do. I want to take a little bit of gesso and just kind of put it in a few places. I'll just do it with my finger real quick while you're here. Well, kind of all over really. I say a few places, but it's kind of all over. So that when I bring the crayon in, I don't have to cover the crayon with the white. It's already done. I can do more white on top of the crayon if I need it, but I knew I would want to do this, so I thought I better do it before I worked with the oil pastels. Alright, that's what I've done. So now to dry that, and then I'm going to seal it with the deco page, and then we'll come back and play, okay? One more thing I want to tell you about. This is not quite dry yet, but I had extra gesso on my paper, and I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to take some punchinella and put it in my calendar page for, I think for the August page this year. It needs a little more white or something. And that way, I don't know what's wrong with my voice this morning. I didn't talk hardly at all yesterday. Maybe that's why. I was very silent yesterday. So that way you don't waste your gesso and you use it and something pretty can come of it. Okay, so now I'm going to dry this with the heat gun. And I like it just like this. I really do. And then I'll come back and we'll play. All right, it's dry enough. I know I always say that, dry enough. Not dry completely, dry enough. And let's see. Okay, I want to play with the oil pastels, and I've showed you this a million times. I think the very first video I ever made, I used these, and they've lasted forever. Well, I don't use them all the time, so that's probably why, but still, they've lasted quite a while. And I've told you before, I got them at Hobby Lobby, and they were a very inexpensive set of oil pastels, and they were only $5.99 when I got them. But I got them like, I don't know when, 2010 or 11, I can't really tell by the numbers. It might be 11. Anyway, they're probably more expensive by now, but if you use a coupon, you can probably still get them for at least $5. They're probably maybe $9.99 now. I don't really know. I haven't priced them, but they're inexpensive. And if you want to learn or to play with these, or just to have fun playing and not worry about spending a lot of money, this is a great set to get. Okay. What I'm going to do is just play with these colors I have in front of me. I'm going to bring these over here and show you again. These are the little fibers that came off the ribbons or of the tags I created. And I'm going to kind of use some of the colors in here on here, okay? And these are still off to the side because we're going to be using them. But one of the colors I love here, I know Phoebe's going to have a heart attack, but it's this greenish gold in here. I love that. And I like the pinkish mixed in with it. So I'm going to look for something similar. This is kind of similar. Those two look pretty together. And these three. And let's pick one of those rosy colors. Is it this one maybe? No, I want a more orangey look, which is unusual for me. That one will work. Okay. And there's also gold, sort of a gold. And I don't know if you can see, I'm kind of going down my colors like this. Just looking. You can't see the other side, I know, I'm sorry. There's just not enough room for everything. I might use that one. And then there's the red. I think I'm going to stick with that. And then there's a fuchsia pinkish color. So I might use, it's kind of purpley too, but let's see if I can find one. I'm not finding one right off the bat that just wows me. So let's just go with what we have and see what we come up with, okay? So I don't know if I'll fast forward this or not, but if I do, I'm just going to be playing with the colors on here and just rubbing them in and just playing. And if I don't fast forward, then you'll see in slow motion. Let's do this one first. I'm using my finger to rub it in because I've done it two ways. One, I use my heat gun to melt the crayon. I'll put the crayon on and then I'll melt it a little bit with my heat gun and it makes it real movable, but you have to be careful because it does heat up. It is an oily feel, so it can burn you, so be real careful. But also, if I put my deco page down first, it's very easy to move with just your finger and the heat from your finger. So sometimes I use the heat gun, just depending on what I've used these for and how movable they are. So just a little tidbit there. And let's put in some more colors before I get too invested in this. Let's play here. And you might not see anything that's down under the paper, but that's okay. I'm using what's underneath here to kind of help me decide what colors to use. It's serving a purpose. Plus it's giving it a little texture. And I can only use 5 colors because I only have 5 fingers. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like to use my, like the pink one I wouldn't want to use on the green or the brown, but I will. I know I'll screw up and do that, so just watch, just wait for it and you'll see. It'll happen. Okay. I'm kind of rubbing some of it off and I don't really want to, so maybe I should wait a few minutes before I do that area. I might melt it down a little bit with my heat tool. so that it melts instead of wipes away. And I'm going on top of colors that I've already done with another color. There's no reason why. I just want to. I really wanted to play with my crayons today. I don't know. Maybe it's a childhood thing. Oh, and I have a little Happy Mail thing to share with you that I got as a surprise the other day. And I'll try to remember to show that at the beginning of the video. I'll do a little clip. And if I forget, I'll try to do it in the next video. I want to bring in some blue. That blue there, I like it. All right, let's see. Where's a blue that I like? This one here looks pretty. And you're not going to see some of this in here, so I'm just wasting my time doing this probably, but eventually not eventually, at some point it might peek through somewhere, so it may not be a waste of time after all. All right, let's do a little bit of a heat gun thing. Put these off to the side. I just take my heat gun and I kind of heat, and then I just kind of blend. See, I went over the pink, didn't mean to. Just like that, and I do it off camera usually so that you don't hear the noise. This heat gun's on its last leg. And I bought a new one to replace it, but we've been together so long, I just don't want to replace it. So I'm going to use it till it doesn't work, and then I'm going to try and fix it. And I'm trying to decide what to do with this bird. I don't know if I want to paint him in or leave him as he is, or just put some oil pastel on him. That's the guys working on the window coming and going inside the house. They're not a quiet lot. Well, one of them is. One of them's not. The tall guy's not. He's funny though. Kind of like this, the crayon. I also want to bring in a different blue, maybe this one. And I'm just scribbling. That's not a good area for that one because it's taking the color right off. So we will go back, fill that in there. I want another blue. That one will work. Okay, let's do a little heat. Okay, I've decided I don't want to mess with the bird. I'm just going to leave him kind of natural, even though he's got a little oil on him already. I'm not going to paint him. Originally I thought I might paint him black, but I'm not going to. But I do want some black on here, so I just brought my black oil pastel out, and I'm just going to go around the edge and bring in some black and smear it. And I might do some black paint splatters. I'm not sure yet. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I just like the colors on here. Bailey wants her lunch. She's disappeared. She tries to get me to feed her earlier and earlier. She inches it up. Buster used to do the same thing. I think it's where she learned it. I hear her. There she is. Hello. Hello. I know what time it is. It's almost time. I know. She's sighing like, oh. And it's not like she's starving. I mean, my goodness. I let her lick the bowl after my oatmeal. After I made sure there's nothing in there that she didn't need. And I know she gets something in the morning when my husband's getting ready. Okay. I think that's about all I want to do on the outside. Do I want to bring any of the black in? Maybe a little bit, like that. Yeah, just a little bit. Still going around the edges, but I'm bringing it inward. A crackle effect would have been pretty on this. Just going over some ridges on the paper. Kind of like a little bit of a highlight. Just play with it until you get it where you want it. I like that. It's very appealing. It's very soothing to me. Kind of has a crackly look because I've been going over that paper where the seams are. Of course, I'll go one smudge too far. It won't look right anymore, will it? All right. All right, take a look at that. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm going to seal it again. So this is in place. I think I'm done with the oil pastels for now. Probably for good. I'm probably done with them. And after I seal it, I'm going to decide if I want a black splatter on here. And then we'll go and do the rest of the work on him. Okay, so let me seal this off camera so you don't have to watch. Okay, I want to give you a quick close-up before I decide what I want to do. I love this. I love the look of this. It reminds me of encaustic work. I've never done encaustic, but it reminds me of it. I've watched videos on it and I don't know, just never done it. But anyway, that has that look to me. All this blended color and the shiny, the way it looks. I don't know, just reminds me of encaustic. It may not you, but it does me. Okay, so I don't know if I want black splatters, but I was thinking that white text might look pretty on here if I had a stencil that I wanted to put on there. So I'm going to look through my stencils real quick, see if there's one that I'm willing to put on here. I don't want to mess this up. I really like the way it is, but I think it needs just a little something. So I'm going to look for that. So I'll be back in a second. And then after that, if I don't do the white, I might do black splatters. If not, then I may just go ahead and start working on the fibers. So I'll decide. I'll let you know when I come back. Okay, I looked through my stencils and I found one that had this pretty little dainty text, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I like the scribbles. I like scribbly stuff, so I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's too unelegant, I don't know what word I want for this. I'm just going to put a little bit on. So, and anyway, if you ask about the stencil, it is an Americana stencil, and it's called Scribble. Okay? So, I want some white. No, I want off-white, like a antique white. That's what I want. Just going to put a little bit out here. Grab my sponge. Okay, so let's find a part of the stencil that we like enough and that fits and suits our needs. I want it to be that little spot right there. This will work. So and the good thing about this being sealed already is that if I don't like it, I can get rid of it. So that there, oh, that'll work. Okay, let me just go ahead and leave it there and just go across and do the rest of the area that I want to do. Bailey's digging. She was there. Oh, that's perfect. Just enough. Can you even see it? I don't know if you can. I might add just a tad more as soon as that dries. And I'm going to put some down here, even though I doubt you'll see it. Right there. Probably need more paint. A moment of silence for Bailey, who is thankfully getting better. Her eye's running today, but it's normal because it's healing and because of the stuff we put in it. So, let's see. You can barely see it, but that's perfect because what it's doing is just giving your eye a little something to land on, a little bit of white, and it's not overpowering. Okay, I'm happy with that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm happy with it. Get real close. Hopefully you can see it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Very simple. All right, I'm going to dry this, and I'm going to seal it one more time because I want the paint sealed in, and then I'm going to come back with the fibers. So I will be back. Okay, sealed and ready to go. I went ahead and painted the back black and signed it. I have not sealed the back in case I want to write something else on it. I don't know the name of this yet. I don't know if watch is going to be the name or if I'm going to put this on there. I really want to because I said I was going to use the scraps that were sitting on my desk, so I feel like I need to. So let's take these, put them somewhere where you can see them. Well, can you see them there? Yeah, well, you can see them, okay. All right, there's several scraps from the tips of the tags that I made, and we're going to use those. And I've already cut some strips of ribbon that I want to use as the top, and there might be some scraps on this, so we may incorporate those too. I don't know. So what I want to do is take them and position them under the bird, kind of a nest, like he's made a nest out of these, and figure out the best way to use these. Now this is rather large. Now I can cut them, so because I'm gonna have to cut this one. So I think, just playing around right now. Okay, let's just start gluing. That's the best way to do it, right? So I'm gonna cut this in half, make it a smaller piece, and I think this one too. And this definitely is gonna be smaller. I'll make them a little longer though, because I like this color. It really goes with the tag. So let's get our glue. And here's another piece that I have from the bag when I was pulling out the ribbons I want to use on here. So it's a scrap we're going to use too. All right, let's just start gluing down. Definitely want it under the bird like that. Kind of a shape of a nest if I can do it, but it may not be possible because of the ribbons, the way they're shaped. So let's just get started with this. Let's put this here, and I'm scrunching them up as I go. And if threads get in the way, I'm leaving them because I like them. And just gonna start layering them in. And I'll have to add more glue as soon as I run out of glue. Just using tacky glue. Stick this over here. And this over here. That in here. Bailey hears the door and she thinks it's her dad. It's not her dad. It's too early. Okay, squish it there. Okay, I've got a couple more I'm gonna lay in. So I might come down here a little bit. There. And there. It's messy. Positioning until you get them where you want them. Okay, I think I like that. My finger keeps picking up the thread and I want to leave it there. Okay, there's our little nest. So let me dry this real quick. Actually, let's see, do we want to put this in here? I have to decide on this one because I don't know. You know, it might be okay down there. I'll put it down there. So I can say I did what I said I was going to do, and I used all my little scraps here. All right, let me dry this and I'll be right back. Okay, you know, sometimes dogs just know best. I just got through telling you guys that she ran downstairs when she heard the door and that it wasn't her dad, it was too early. And I was thinking it was the tile guy. he didn't go to lunch with the window guy because he's got something else he needs to do. Anyway, he's still here. So I thought it was him coming in, but I heard this rumbling around, this rustling of papers, and so I went to the stairs and I called Bailey, and my husband answered. And I said, "Are you home?" He said, "Yeah, it's me." I thought, that's a dumb question, but it was a surprise, and I thought, well, Bailey knew, she could tell. Anyway, so that was a shock. I thought the guy that doing the tile thought his voice suddenly changed to sound like my husband's, but so my husband's home early. So Bailey's down with him, and I'm going to finish this up. What I was going to tell you, this is still drying. I've kind of shaped it a little bit more the way I want it, and I was thinking it needed something up here because of the colors down here, but really I'm going to put this up here, so that'll be the colors. It'll bring color up here. So let's get this on. And there's a little short piece in here I'm hoping that I can get to stay in the loop because I like the colors of it. And let's see, we've got 3 loops to go through. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Don't want to pull it too far and lose them. Okay. I've got it through. There's some short ones and then really long ones, and I was going to trim them even, but I think I'm going to leave it just like that because I like the colors coming down on here. I think it adds to it because I don't want to cut off these colors here. And some string came loose, so I tucked it into the nest. So I think that's all I'm going to do. Maybe outline this a little bit. All right, we're done. So what do you think? I like it. Tell me which one is your favorite. Let me give you a close-up again. Flowers. It's called Welcome Fall. Pumpkin. It's called Really. It's like, really? That's what he's saying. Really? It's not, let's not complicate things. Bat. The Perfect Makeover. And Watch. Okay? Okay, guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.